What's good? Welcome to First String Podcast presented by BetRivers. On today's episode of First String Podcast, we're going to do something that E40 called a little sprinkle me, man. We're going to put some cash in your pocket. We're going to do our NFL division picks for you for the future. So NFL division picks for you. All 8 divisions will be covered today. We got a little bit of another conversation before we get into our picks. But you know what we're about to do? We're about to get into it. Let's go. What's good again? Welcome back to First String Podcast presented by BetRivers. Make sure you download the BetRivers app or go to www.betrivers.com. You must be 21 years or older. And right now, if you hit the promo code MATCH250, they will match up to 100% of your initial $250 bet or $250 that you place into that wager. So y'all know what we about to do, man. Really, let's get into it. Let's bring the squad in. Say it. What's good, man? How you doing?
What's good? No habla inglés.
No habla inglés. I got you.
I take the 5th.
You plead the 5th. Got you. I ain't even going to ask what you plead the 5th about because we're not going to get into that. That's a whole different podcast, man. Let's bring in Ant. What's good, man? How are you?
Did you say you would take a 5th?
Oh,
fellas, blessings, man. What's going on? Happy Saturday, man.
Happy Saturday. Hey, and you know, since we talking football, I guess he must be here. Football God. Hello. Paulie gonna join us. Y'all know what we're gonna do, man. Let's say what's up to everybody in the building. Bruce Glass is first in the building today. What's happening, Bruce? We love it. We love that you're always here, man. And then we got our main guy, Kyle. Kyle's cashing checks, man. Kyle he's getting it done. He is the MVP right now. My man is on a killer streak. So you know how he's doing. Let's go Seattle and the Braves, right? Hey, and then we got Don Wilson in the building. What's good, Don? You didn't come in with your you didn't hit us with your Mr. Kennedy. So yeah, we waiting on you, bro. Rod Strickland. I just now got it. My bad. My bad. I was a little slow on the uptake right there, bro. I was a little slow on the uptake. And you got something for us this morning, man? Or this afternoon?
Yeah, man. So listen. So I was telling the fellas, man, I was watching the shop and they were asking LeBron, you know, who are the teams he would like to play for, who are the players. And one of the things that he said was that he would love to stay around so he could play with his son, LeBron Jr. But what he revealed is that Bronny was so set on carving his own path that he actually changed his name to Bronny, which brought me to the question, if he's that set on it that he would not go by LeBron James Jr. or whatever, that he would change his name, is it even a desire of his to play with his father? My thoughts on that are just like, some people don't want to follow in the footsteps. It doesn't matter if my daddy was Jordan or whatever. Like, let me do my own thing. He seems to have that much drive and passion about himself. So I wanted to ask the fellas and the people that's watching, what do you think?
All right, I got you. No, I can't hear you. All right. I myself believe him changing his name doesn't have too much to do with his on-court ability. Plus, I think at that point in time, by the time Bronny gets to the league, his dad will be a role player, a good role player. I'm not saying he's a go stand in the corner and shoot that 3 type player. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I think that he will not be the carrying factor of a team. Paulie probably can answer that one better, you know. Oh, we're losing Paulie. Oh, there you go. Paulie, we can't hear you.
He ain't said nothing yet.
I go to jump in. I think I think Bronny changing his name just means he's changing his name. I think that.
Can you hear me now?
We got you now.
We can hear you.
All right.
You want to finish the question? Or did you hear the question?
No, go ahead. You already started. Go ahead.
Okay. I think Bronny does want to establish his own name, but I really do think he may want to play at least 1, maybe 2 seasons with his dad, and then probably go somewhere else. Some kids can't take the pressure of having a superstar parent. Not saying he can't, because think about it. LeBron, D Wade, and who else? They all played the same high school.
Carmelo Anthony.
So them being in the bleachers while they're playing in high school, they should already know what type of pressure they're in, and I don't think it may not bother him. But again, he may just want to say, I did it myself, but after he played with his daddy before his daddy retired.
Paulie.
In the words of my man Bill Cosby to Theo, boy, that's the dumbest shit I ever heard.
I knew Paul was gonna have.
First of all, you change your name to a name we've been calling you your whole damn life. They've been calling him Bronny ever since he was a kid. So it ain't like he changed his name. Don't nobody know who the hell he is. LeBron, Bronny. I mean, what the hell are you talking about? You know what I mean? Second of all, it don't matter what he want. You know what I'm saying? He's still living with his pops under his pops' roof. You know what I mean? I don't care how many underwear he's selling. You know he got a multi-million-dollar underwear company. You know what I mean? So yeah, but I don't care how much underwear he's selling. You know what I'm saying? My wife is still cooking you meals, bro. My wife's still feeding you. You know what I mean? You gonna play on this team, on my team, or wherever the hell we gonna be at. We gonna get this ring, and we gonna get more money, bro.
Whoa, Paulie! You said a ring? Paulie said a ring. Hold on.
They're not gonna play it. Hey, listen, man. I don't like. I get on LeBron. I hate on LeBron and all that other stuff. That's only because he with the Lakers. But one thing about LeBron has a plan. You know what I mean?
True.
Look, he been saving himself for 3 years playing with the Lakers. He ain't had to do shit because they ain't been shit. You know what I mean? So his ultimate goal is to be not to just be the first father and son combo to play in the NBA, but also to get a ring. You know what I mean? So let's go. You know what I mean?
I can get that, and I can also understand the sentimentalness of it too. Because why wouldn't I want to play with my dad, no matter what type of a name I want to make for myself? But that's assuming that whatever team and whatever roster whether it's with the Lakers or somebody else, that is actually gonna
they gonna pull a Kobe deal in this one. You know what I mean? When they gonna pull a Kobe deal on this one, when it's time for him to come out, whenever that's gonna be, whatever happens, whatever team's lined up to be, or whatever, it's gonna be a Kobe deal on this one. Eli Manning. I'm gonna go where I'm gonna go. We gonna go where we gonna go. It ain't gonna be no. Go ahead, Cal.
Cal said that's why James wants to change the NBA to change the age to so his son could get in the league. And Don said, I could care less about a Bama whose son might not even make it in the league, right?
Oh no, he gonna make it. Bronny got game. Bronny got game, bro.
He's got game.
Bronny got game. He gonna make it in the league. Like I said, that's gonna be a Kobe deal, bro. Don't draft me because I ain't playing for you.
And Linda's in the building. She said, "Oh bless, bless your heart."
The bottom about to fall out. Pause. The bottom about to fall out of the Lakers anyway, so they might be a prime candidate to get a top pick. Hey, you know what I mean? So
without even trying.
Yeah, exactly. So it's gonna happen. But this is inevitable.
But this will be the question with the Lakers. They gave up a lot, didn't they, to get LeBron and to get AD? Am I wrong?
Yeah, they did.
Nah, they signed him as a free agent. They ain't trade for LeBron.
Yeah, that's right. That was a free agent.
They signed him as a free agent. They trade for Anthony Davis.
Michael Harris in the building. And Chuba. My bad, Chuba. Yeah.
You finished?
Yeah. I apologize.
Is that your homie or something? Chuba, that's your homie? You got excited when you saw that name, bro. You good?
I forgot to put him up there earlier, man.
All right. Nah, but yeah, man. I mean, look, it'll be a fairy tale ending story to LeBron James' illustrious career. I always say this about LeBron: hate him or love him, from the time he was 16 years old, from the time he was 14 years old, this dude was touted as the next coming. The time he was 16 years old, he was on the cover of every magazine, starting with ESPN, the magazine, Sports Illustrated, to be King James. And he has lived up to that building. 7 years in a row with this man being in the finals. That's all you can ask for the greatest player of your generation, is that he's in the finals every year. You know what I mean? So he's lived up to his billing. So I would never downplay him on that. And if he can get that, if he get his son on his team and they could play together, they could vie for a championship, man, hey, that's a story you want to root for, bro. You know, he want to make a movie anyways. There you go.
And that would be my last
question.
question.
Space Jams was crap.
That would be my last question. If he's able to do that, I don't even care if they make it to the Western Conference Finals one year or make it to the finals or even win. Where does that cement his legacy all time?
Hold on 1 second. Before you get there, though, if he winds up playing with his son, right? If maybe he's there to show Bronny how to stay focused on the road, because everybody know the NBA got a lot of traps, right? So maybe that's why he wants his first year for Bronny being in the league, is so he can show him life on the road is serious, but you need to stay focused, man.
Nah. This is about my man Kyle placing bets and cashing checks. You know what I mean? That's what all this is about, bro. You know how much bread they're gonna get between both of them and between whoever the team they playing for. And best believe it's gonna be a big team. It's gonna be the Lakers. You know what I mean? It's gonna be the Heat. You know what I mean? It's gonna be the Knicks. It's gonna be a big market team. Nah.
I heard some people talking about that.
Cleveland ownership is done with LeBron, bro. They're not going dance that dance any longer. Cleveland ownership is done with him. They got in the ring. You know what I mean? It's a wrap. Unless the owner get out of there, he's up out of there, and LeBron can take over the team or whatever. You know what I mean? Outside of that, Cleveland is done with him, man. So they're gonna go to a big market team. They're gonna make that move. And hey, like I said, man, you can't do nothing but root for that, man. Yeah, LeBron is that dude, bro. He's that dude of this generation. And to answer your question, bro, no matter what he do, he's still gonna be third.
Third.
Mike, yeah. Mike, Kobe, LeBron.
Hold on. Give us. Let's go top four right there. All right. Let's
AI.
Go. If he wins,
Mike, Kobe, LeBron, AI.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
Shut, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out Bubba Shaw, baby. 757.
All right.
Come on, man.
Say it. Who you got? Say it.
Hey, I knew that was. I knew the AI was coming.
Right.
Hey, the match. Georgia Bulldog got a lot of nerve.
I'm just saying, I knew it was coming. Hey, because you know it always go back to. Well, when I checked, he only scored 28. Anyway,
30.
Oh, my bad. It was 30. My bad. I gave you credit for 2. Oh, my bad.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, I can agree. I can agree with that. With Mike, Kobe, LeBron, and
yeah.
I put Barkley in there.
Hey, Barkley, my favorite player of all time.
I could put Barkley in there.
All right, and who top 4?
Barkley and Lim Bias, baby.
Mike for sure. How many does LeBron got now?
Less than
3.5.
Yeah, less than.
Y'all gotta give him the bubble, yo. He won it.
3.5. I ain't giving him. You can give him the bubble. I ain't giving him the bubble. 3.5.
Since he doesn't have the same as Kobe, I gotta still put Kobe second. He's got to go third. And if I'm going fourth, I ain't gonna lie, that's tough. I gotta go back to the ABA days.
I can take that for you. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I gotta go Dr. J.
Okay.
I was gonna say, if you don't say Dr. J, you talking about ABA, then you really
I gotta go Dr. J.
Hey, my other favorite player.
Hey,
yeah, I gotta go Dr. J. He was
my favorite
up, yo.
My favorite player list. Barkley, Bias, Chuck, D Wade, Dr. J, Moses Malone. Let's rock.
I got you. So here go mine. I'm going.
Hold on. My phone. One more. Reggie Williams, Georgetown. Let's rock.
God. Reggie and the Miracles. All right. I'm
Pat Ewing. Let's rock.
Mike. I'm going Mike. I'm going to go Kobe, LeBron, and then fourth, I'm probably go with a person that. Yeah, I'll go Shaq. Let's clean this chat up a little bit before we get into our division picks real fast. Okay. So Don said, what makes you think that they haven't had that talk already? Talking about the road and how the NBA life is on the road.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Right.
Bro, Bronny's already on the road, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, man. He in the AAU. He's already on the road, man.
And he already smoking them joints.
Well, we already had played a whole lot.
So he already
not forget about that.
Thing.
Yeah. Linda said LBJ plans to buy a team and make Bronny the star. And LeBron gonna play for the Wizards is what he said.
LeBron go to the Wizards, he gonna be hurt for the Wizards.
This is what I think Linda was this is Don said Wilt and Kareem. Don't forget that he was talking about how many rings he has less than those two.
You ain't seen Wilt play, bro.
Shaq
you seen the end of Kareem. Kareem is tight though. I'm playing with Kareem. It's my dude.
All right, and then Kyle says, don't y'all feel like it's hard to have a list now because it seems like they're playing under different rules? Which so you can go old school and new school rule. Mount Fours, top four without Kareem and
the eyes know, man. The eyes know.
It's a different league. It is a different league.
Game recognized game. It don't matter. The league always evolve, man. But you know who the ballers are, bro.
No disrespect to Kareem. But I wasn't impressed by them hook shots.
You cannot be mad about the cap.
Bro, you ain't even see them hook shots, bro. What
that's
you talking about, man?
But that's my point.
I seen them.
So when I'm looking at film, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, unstoppable hook shot. That's great.
Nah, looking at film and actually seeing the games, that's two different things, two different feelings. That hook shot was unstoppable. Kareem was arguably the greatest high school player of all time, arguably the greatest college player of all time, and still the greatest scorer in NBA history. You know what I mean? So you can't sleep on Kareem. So you know what I mean? It's just with me, I don't name him as top of the play, top list of the players when I say top 5 and all that, because I seen Kareem at the end of his career when he still was giving people the business. But I ain't see Lou Alcindor. You know what I mean? You talking to people who see Lou Alcindor.
Hey, I had to think about it. Hey, let's Lou rap. Wait, whoa.
I'm showing the age. That's right, baby. I am.
Yeah.
You know it.
I ain't seen Lou Al either. I seen Kareem though.
I ain't seen Lou Alcindor neither. I'm just saying though. But
you're right.
The people who have,
you're right. I didn't see him. I didn't see what his name was as well.
Yeah. The people who have, they swear by that on the Bible about Kareem, man. You know what I mean? So that's like we ain't talking about the George Gervins of the world and Pete Maravich and all. I ain't seen none of them dudes. Those dudes like that I have seen, they was all at the end of their careers.
Mm-hmm. And Earl the Pearl Manigault.
All right.
Oh, come on, man.
Walk on.
Come on, bro.
Hey, what you about to do?
It's like this, sir. Just like your boy said. Come on. If you wanted to say people we seen, come on. You gotta put Dominique up there somewhere in the top.
I seen that dunk contest. I seen that dunk contest.
But it wasn't just the dunk contest. Dominique was the baller, bro. Period. Right. All the way around.
I don't know if y'all read his story. I don't know if y'all had a chance to read his story, but it's pretty interesting. Dominique, that is.
Dominique.
Yeah, he got a
Dominique
story.
Dominique might be one of the most underrated players in NBA history. Just because of the era he came up. He was in the Magic and Bird and Jordan and Isaiah Thomas era. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Is that for
Isaiah Thomas another one?
Oh yeah, Don. Is that for a season that he averaged 50 points, 25 rebounds, or that's not career? That cannot be.
He talking about Wilt, right?
Because he was like 7'9". Everybody else was
but again,
a lot of
you didn't see that. You didn't see that.
Yeah.
A lot of people discredit Jordan for strength of competition. If you're gonna discredit Jordan, you better
take a competition.
Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain.
No. Nobody. Who discredited Jordan for strange competition?
No, not me.
Millennials?
I'm saying a lot
millennials?
of people. There's a lot of people that I know that discredit Jordan and say he wasn't playing against nothing but a bunch of
those are all LeBron fans. But I'll tell you what, Jordan went up against the best of his era, and some of them are the best of all time. Barkley, David Robinson, Clyde Drexler, Isaiah, Bird,
Magic. They naming them.
Right? I mean, people listen. There's people talking emotionally without intellect. That's all that is, man.
Hey,
I can say LeBron hasn't went up against nobody for real. If you want to take it like that,
except for Golden State, you got to give them Golden State.
Golden State, stuffing them, yeah. And what happened?
Yep,
they got the better. LeBron only got one. LeBron only was able to get one out of that, and there's a couple of asterisks behind that.
Well, and the Spurs, you can't knock the legacy of the Spurs too. Hey. What Pop put together was ridiculous. Pop beat Bron in 2 different eras. You know what I'm saying?
Don is killing us with facts right now. He says Jordan was getting cooked by Bird and the Celtics.
You talking about Jordan? You talking about
Jordan? You talking about Jordan was getting cooked by Bird and Celtics? Go look to see how much he averaged. Bro, what are you talking about? He dropped like 60 points on him in one game, bro. Now, here, hold on. The Bulls got cooked by them because they weren't ready. They had to take them steps. That's back in the time where the teams had to take their steps. To get like the Bulls had to take their steps, the Pistons had to take their steps, and the Lakers and the Celtics, they was always perennial favorites in the league. They're the 2 most historical teams in the league.
And Pick, what do you always say about college players that are highly touted that came from small schools? What do you always say?
It's the competition you play against.
It's the competition you play.
Let me see what you're doing when you play versus the big dogs, and that's what I'm talking about.
I can't speak for a team full of parish built whatever Cartwrights, but when you start putting decent players around him, he start cooking the league. It's not deniable, man. Magic wins another championship if he doesn't run into Jordan. Barkley wins a championship. Reggie wins a championship. Come on, man.
No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say they win another championship and then run into Jordan, because Jordan them had to beat the Pistons. You know what I mean? The Isaiah would have got another championship if they didn't run into Jordan, because that Pistons team was better than that Lakers team that the Bulls beat.
Yeah. Hey, let's get into our NFL side of this thing right now. Y'all ready? We're about to play E40 and sprinkle y'all with some money here. NBA futures are up as well, and we are only like 40-something days, 50-something days away from the start of preseason. So all these lines will be brought to you by BetRivers, so make sure y'all download that BetRivers app or go to www.betrivers.com. Let's start off with the NFC North. We're going NFC North first. All right, I'm going to give it to you like this. Last year, the Packers won this division, and their record was 13-4, followed by Minnesota 8-9, and Chicago was 6-11, and Detroit was 3-13. Here are the odds right here. Green Bay Packers -182, Minnesota +275. The Detroit Lions are +900, followed by Chicago at +1300. That's not the worst of it, fellas. What I want to know here is Green Bay lost Devontae Adams. Minnesota added some pieces. Detroit is getting better with their second-year coach, and Justin Fields needs a lot of help, and they got N'Keal Harrington. Who do you think is winning this division? Help me out. We starting with you, Ant. Who you got?
Man, I think it's quite simple. This is the easiest division to pick here. Besides, I was telling you about Colin Cowherd earlier, who clearly is snorting mushrooms when he said Minnesota's going to win 16-14 games. But I got it in this order. You know, I got the Packers taking it home. All we need to do is look at the quarterbacks here. Aaron Rodgers is head and foot above every other quarterback in this division. You cannot depend on Minnesota to be consistent with anything, even though they just got the coordinator from the Los Angeles Rams. We all know that Sean McVay was the one who really steered that ship. So, and offense wasn't their issue. Defense was where they were sorely lacking. And as far as I can see, they did nothing to address that in mass proportion. So give me Green Bay.
Green Bay at minus the 182. Paulie, where's the money at, man?
Shit. The money with the Chicago Bears, bro. That's plus 1,300. What are you talking about? That's easy right there, bro. Hey,
No way you taking the Bears.
take $100, put it on Chicago Bears at plus 1,300. Come on, man. This division is up in the air. Can't never count on Kirk Cousins. And the head coach you speak of is KOC, our former offensive coordinator, quarterback coach, Sean McVay, drop a sweat off his forehead, understudy. You know what I mean? Of course, you got Green Bay, but I think this is the year Green Bay fall off the map. Like this is gonna be the most disappointing division in the league this year. You know what I mean? Look, Aaron Rodgers got paid. They couldn't pay nobody else, so we don't know who's gonna line up for him. They still got bum-ass defensive coordinator, who was our defensive coordinator, the worst defensive coach in the league. You know what I mean? That them works is going to show this year. You know what I mean? So that division's up in the air, man. Shoot, man. Hey, what you talking about winning some money? Give me Chicago, bro. Give me Chicago that plus 1,300.
You want Chicago plus 1,300.
Chicago always show up with a defense. You know what I mean? My man Fields is going to have a breakout year. He showed flashes last year. But give me Chicago to win the division, man. Chicago win the division at 10-7, 9-8.
Say it. Who you want?
Paulie, drugs is a terrible thing.
Bro, you said where the money at? Clear. That's good money.
That is good money. Good money. But you know exactly what we're talking about. I mean, on the flip side of that, the winner of the division is going to be Green Bay. I mean, we can start there. I got Green Bay. I got it just like it was on the screen. Green Bay, Minnesota, Chicago, Detroit. I'm sorry, Detroit, then Chicago, because Justin Fields has nothing. They traded away all the defensive players, and they talking about trading away Roquan Smith. Detroit is not going nowhere this year. They're in a 3-year rebuilding scheme. Detroit is going to be better. They're going to be better than last year. I think they won. How many when they won? 2 games last year? 3 games last year?
They're tough out though. They're tough
3 games last year. And Chicago, Detroit is going to be better. Minnesota, we know who Minnesota is. The fact is, they got a new defensive coordinator because the head coach is gone. That's what the head coach was. The head coach was actually the defensive coordinator at the same time. He's gone. Mike Zimmer. So you got a new defensive coordinator, you got a new offensive coordinator. So which Minnesota is going to show up? So the most consistent team in this division right now is Green Bay.
All right, I'm gonna tell you, I'm taking my money and I'm putting my money with the Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings, their secondary is not going to be as terrible as it was last year. Don't forget that you guys, man, who was the wide receiver before? Jay Jettison, right? Mm-hmm. Jay Jettison is still there. You got Dalvin Cook, who has a little bit of a suspension that he's going to have to serve, but they got Thielen coming back. Kirk Cousins is still there. They got a backup for Cook when he's out. They got a nice solid tight end. Come on, man. The smart money literally is with the Minnesota Vikings. But don't listen to me. Let's talk to our guy from Vegas and Tom, and let's see what Tom has to say about this.
I mean, N'Keal Harry, it doesn't do anything for me. But there are some smart people I know who do like the Bears. At 13-1, I don't know that they should be behind the Detroit Lions. Do you really trust Jared Goff over Justin Fields? I know it's only year 2 for him, but he could very much take a big step. And at 13-1, crazier things have happened. There's obviously no value on the Packers at minus 182. You're not going to want to lay that on a season-long future. But my money is going with the Vikings at plus 275. That's not a really bad price. There are a lot of people out there who are kind of liking what this team is doing. You've got a new coach coming in. Mike Zimmer's gone, and we'll see how that affects Kirk Cousins. But I've always believed Kirk Cousins is one of those quarterbacks. If you drop him into the perfect situation, he can win you games. And you know what? This Vikings team is that perfect situation. You've got Justin Jefferson. You've got Adam Thielen. You've got Dalvin Cook. You've got Alexander Mattison if Cook has an early season suspension, because I know he's going through some legal troubles, I believe. Mm-hmm. You've got enough firepower there to make that offense work. And if that defense really does click in the new regime, all you need is for the Green Bay Packers to be struggling without Devontae Adams there. That's a very real possibility here. You really think Alan Lazard is wide receiver 1 in this offense? You really think that this Packers team is not going to miss a beat without the best wide receiver in football? They could easily stumble here, and maybe the Vikings can sneak in and take this division. At plus 275, I'll take a shot on that.
Plus 275 is worth.
Paulie, can you please let me?
The sharp people like who? The sharp people like who? Okay.
Hey, some sharps okay. With Paulie right there. They were with Paulie.
I don't even hear what Peter Parker was talking about with his Jets jersey on.
Hey,
right now he ain't
Thomas with the big Jets jersey on.
He ain't credible. He got a Jets jersey on. He wouldn't know a word and slapped him in the face. Shout out my cousin Jordan Whitehead though.
Can we be honest about a few things? Kirk Cousins is going Kirk Cousins. The stats show that this dude gets incredibly worse in prime time and big games. He's not going to be your savior. We've always known that the offense has been the strength of Minnesota, but us hoping and praying that Aaron Rodgers is just going to drop off the cliff all of a sudden when Green Bay has consistently been Aaron Rodgers or bust. He's only had Devontae for a few years, and before that, he didn't have a bunch of receivers that were blowing your doors off. Let's just be real here. We're hoping, and I am one of those guys. I'm cool if Aaron Rodgers doesn't make it through the season and they tank, because I hate him and I hate that franchise. But if we're being real, you need to go ahead and it's cool to put the money on the Vikings, but the reality is he's going to stay upright. He's going to tear it up in the regular season because that's what he does. And when he gets to the playoffs, he's going to choke like a toddler eating French fries. Period.
Look, man, if you ain't putting no money down on nothing and ain't trying to figure all that out, you say Green Bay's number 1 in the division. You say, just off of strength of talent, you say Minnesota's number 2. They actually have more talent than Green Bay, but Kirk Cousins is their quarterback. You know what I mean? He chokes everything away. He only plays good against bad teams. You know what I mean? That's what he does. You know what I mean? Detroit, like said, is on their way up. And I'm telling you, Chicago is a sleeper team. They always play good defense, and they always play outside of the Packers. They play everybody else in their division tough. You know what I mean? You just don't run over Chicago, bro. Period.
They even played Green Bay tough last year up until it started to rain, and that game took a different turn. Let's move on to our next division. Now we're going to look at the NFC South. You got Tampa Bay. Let's give you their records from last year. Last year, Tampa Bay finished 13-4. The New Orleans Saints finished up 9-8, followed by the Atlanta Falcons at 7-10, and Carolina at 5-12. This year, here's how we looking. We got Tampa Bay minus 286. The Saints plus 380. Carolina plus 1,000, and the longest shot in the NFL ever to win a division will be the Atlanta Falcons at plus 2,200. Said, this your division, man. We going with you, man. Where you going, man?
We gonna win this division, player. We gonna win this division, player. We're gonna come together for it. We got a defense. We got a young fast defense fly through player.
That's gonna hang with the fishes early.
We got a young fast defense coming out there, player. But Marcus Mariota is finally gonna put it together after 6-7 years, player.
No,
my fault. I couldn't pass up on that one.
But thank you though. I actually have this slightly different. I have the Saints winning the division and Tampa coming in behind them, and then Carolina and then Atlanta. Atlanta has a tough schedule with the AFC side they have to play this year. They're playing all the teams that made the playoffs last year. With Mariota I'm sorry?
Where do you put that money at though?
If I'm putting my money, I'm putting my money on the Saints. I'm putting my money on the Saints to win the division with that plus 380.
Plus 380.
Right, thanks. And who you got?
All right.
Part of being a good bettor is not being foolish. Okay. I just want to read the quarterbacks for that division. Tom Brady, Jameis Crableg Winston, Andy Dalton / Taysom Hill. We don't know who's going to start. We don't know what they're actually going to contribute. Sean Payton's not there anymore. We got Marcus Mariota, Mylanta. You're going to need a lot of that to stomach watching them play. And then, surprise, Baker Mayfield is actually going to be starting week 1 for Carolina Panthers. Let's not make this harder than it's got to be, guys. Tom Brady is going to run that division. Tampa Bay, you ain't gonna make no money, but you might as well just go ahead and put it where it's supposed to go.
See, that's the difference between me and you, bro. We make money over here. Me and cash and chest, places bets and cash and chest, bro. Right? This is easy. This is too easy. Too easy, man. Give me Carolina and that plus 1,000, baby. What you talking about, bro? That's real easy, bro. Tampa Bay is a wrap. Tom Brady retired, came back. Once you retire, you are retired. Name me a case where somebody retired, came back, and it worked out outside of Gronk. And that's only because it worked out because he had Brady. And Brady ain't retired yet, but he's gone. He came back. That shit never works out. This is when you're going to see old Tom Brady fall off that cliff. All right? I'm telling you, who they run the game? What's their run the game? Oh, you know what I mean?
Playoff
yeah. He's big, slow, and old. They going to lean on Fournette? Nah. Look, this is Carolina's division. Carolina will win his division with a 11-6 record. They're ready. All they need was a quarterback. All they need was a quarterback.
But what
Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield. Crab legs is coming off an injury, a serious injury at that. You know what I mean? Look, New Orleans got a new head coach. That's like when we went from Joe Gibbs to Richie Pettibone. You know what I mean? It's going to be a drop-off. Sean Payton was just that special. You know what I'm saying? And as far as the Falcons go, the Falcons are rebuilding, bro. I mean, they're playing. The Falcons are playing for Bama and Ohio State quarterback right now. You know what I mean? They matter of fact, I think they have a training camp out there down in Tuscaloosa. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
so this is easy, bro. Give me Carolina plus that 1,000. Let's make this money, man. What up, Cal?
So
place the best cash and checks. You already rich out here.
I like what you're saying, Paulie. You do have Jameis Winston coming off of a serious injury, but you do have Chris Olave and Michael Thomas coming back this year.
Chris Olave? Who's Chris Olave?
He's a rookie wide receiver. We see what these wide receivers.
He's a what? He's a what? He's a rookie.
He's a rookie.
I don't care what we've seen other receivers do. He's a rookie. He ain't got no hours on that field yet.
That's right. You are absolutely right. And plus, they have a new head coach, and Alvin Kamara is going to be out 6 games due to the domestic violence. So, for me, the winner in this division right here is still the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I'm just going to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers over/under, which is up on BetRivers as well. But don't listen to me. Let's find out what our guy Tom has to say.
I mean, yeah, the Buccaneers are winning this division. If you want to take a shot on anything here, I'm worried about what the Saints are going to do. Yeah, you got Chris Olave. You got Michael Thomas coming back. Jameis Winston's going to be healthy. But you have no Sean Payton anymore, and that really worries me. How is this team going to do with Dennis Allen at the helm? We just don't know. It's been a long time since he was the coach of the Raiders back in Oakland, not here in Vegas. But it's been a long time since then. We don't know how that offense is going to look at all. If you're looking to take a shot on something here, you're obviously banking on the fact that Tom Brady is 44 years old, right, and an injury can happen. The Panthers are not in a bad situation with Baker Mayfield. I think if he's healthy, he can get back to looking like the Baker we saw a year ago. Remember, 1 year ago today, we were talking about how Baker had just taken that Browns team to their first playoff victory since I think I was born. And he had a career year. He was healthy. He was firing off passes. He looked like a great quarterback. Maybe his ceiling is that of a Kirk Cousins level player, but I'll take Kirk Cousins in that offense with Robbie Anderson, Christian McCaffrey, all of the talent that they have there, DJ Moore especially. They've got a great squad in Carolina. If Baker's healthy, I think that they can do some damage. I think my hottest take is that the Browns made a mistake trading for Deshaun Watson. Legal issues aside, I think that Baker Mayfield could have given them a shot when he was healthy. He had a really rough year last year, dealing with a brutal shoulder injury. This team could do something at 10-1 if Tom Brady gets hurt. That's all you're banking on there. And it's not something that you can really make a huge bet on. But if you want to sprinkle something at 10-1, I don't think it's a terrible play.
Hey, you taking that over the Saints?
Yeah, thank you, bro. Place it, thank you, bro. Place it bets, cash and checks, baby. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Come on, man. Keep telling y'all, bro.
Hey,
what?
Two picks. I mean, cheese.
I'm not cheating.
Best cash checks. Come
I'm
on,
not
man.
cheating.
Keep telling y'all, bro.
Hey,
I'm not cheating.
Bro,
you gonna make some
that's
money.
two in a
That's
row
how you
play.
make
I'm just
money,
saying.
man.
That's
Baker
two in a row play.
Mayfield
Come on, man.
didn't lead them
I said I'm
anywhere.
taking the Saints.
Hey,
Baker
two-pick
Mayfield
repeat.
didn't lead them anywhere.
Two-pick
That
repeating
run
everything
game
you said.
And that run blocking off
Baker
line
Mayfield
got them
Baker
there.
Mayfield not leading them anywhere. And he led the Browns to the playoffs, bro.
No, that's
Stop
what
it, man.
We
Come
gotta
on, man.
stop. Look, that's like saying Dak Prescott led us somewhere. No. It was
Yeah,
the
he
run
did.
game.
No,
It
he
was
did
one
lead
game.
y'all. No,
It
was the run game.
Dak Prescott did lead y'all. Did y'all lean on the run game? Did you? Yeah, but listen, man. I don't care how good you are. You need people around you to be good too. You need a good scheme around you. You know what I mean? Look,
Nothing has changed.
we're talking about Carolina. Carolina was a viable team with Teddy Bridgewater at quarterback. They had 2,000-yard receivers, and they had a Swiss Army knife in our guy Samuels. And they had a solid defense. They was just missing a quarterback to take them to that next level. Teddy Bridgewater is who he is. Last year, come on, man, Sam Darnold,
And Baker's
old Cam Newton, and PJ Walker. Yeah, it's Baker Mayfield is a top 15 quarterback, bro. He played last year with a torn labrum.
He's
you crazy. Hey, you want to put some bread on it?
Do it.
We can put some bread on it.
Let's do it.
We can put some bread on it. Put some bread on it. Come on, bro. You call it. You call it.
Ask me.
You said he ain't a top quarterback. He's a top quarterback, bro.
He's not a top quarterback, Paulie.
Come on, just 2 seasons ago, just the season before last, the Cleveland Browns was everybody's favorite pick to make the Super Bowl. And they was talking about because of Baker Mayfield. Come on, man.
They were drinking Kool-Aid that had a little something in it.
No, they had Kansas City on the ropes.
No.
They had Kansas City on the ropes. Don't forget.
And why didn't it work?
Oh, why
you remember the game?
Ball trying to go into the end zone.
It
went out the back of the end zone.
How many picks did he throw in that game? He had an opportunity. That's the game where what's the name had a concussion or something, right? Or he was hurt. He got hurt in that game.
What's the name?
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick played in that game.
No, I know, but I'm saying he was hurt. It was something was wrong with him in that game. He had every opportunity in that game to lead them to a victory, and he couldn't get it done because he's just an average quarterback.
It was not on Baker. Baker's team started to fold. The same reason everybody blamed Carson Wentz last year. Baker had them dudes, Cleveland going in the right direction, right? And he had an injury riddled last year. And by the way, I picked the Saints, not the Carolina Panthers on that right there. So.
Last thing, let me quote, remember the Titans. Attitude reflects leadership.
You picked Tampa.
I picked Tampa?
Yeah.
I said I would play Tampa's win total.
Okay, so you taking New Orleans.
I take New Orleans. I'm taking New Orleans. I said I'll play Tampa's win total. Linda said he had turf toe.
So thank you. Exactly.
Turn your phone down.
Me?
Yeah, we're getting that feedback.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Next division is the. Where am I hearing this from? Next division is the NFC West. Let me give you last year's records real fast. Last year, the NFC West, the Rams, of course, won the Super Bowl. They were 12-5. Arizona, 11-6, playoff team. San Francisco, 10-7, playoff team. Seattle was 7-10, missed the playoffs. They have traded Russell Wilson, and they now have a Geno Smith and a Drew Lock. San Francisco, Jimmy Garoppolo is out. Arizona's bringing back Kyler Murray, and Matthew Stafford is set to make his second season as the Rams starting quarterback. Here's how Vegas sees it. The Rams are plus 125, followed by San Francisco at plus 160. The Arizona Cardinals are plus 375, and Seattle's plus 2,000. Thank you, Linda. Linda said I did pick Tampa. I meant to say I have the Saints, and I will play the Tampa Bay's over under. That's what I wanted to make sure everybody knows. Paulie,
you're gonna lose anyways.
Paulie, you up first, man. Who you got here?
Who I got where?
NFC West.
You really want me to tell you who I got, man?
Yes, please, sir.
I I got Mr. Show Me the Money himself, Kyler Murray, and the Arizona Cardinals at plus 375, baby. We talking about making money, placing bets and cashing checks. We're going to go with the Arizona Cardinals, man. LA Rams are going to have that I spent too much money in the off-season Super Bowl partying out in LA hangover. You know what I mean? The 49ers are going to have that. I don't know who the hell I want to be my quarterback blues. And remember, Arizona Cardinals started out hot last year, you know what I mean, through that division. So it's not like they can't play with those two top teams in the division. You know what I mean? So I think this is the year they put it all together. Kyler Murray gets paid in the offseason. Give me the Arizona Cardinals plus 375. Seattle bringing up the rear. They'll be out there in training camp with said out there in Tuscaloosa or out there in looking for one of the two top quarterbacks next year.
Oh my goodness, I'm not stealing you. Oh, it's on me. I take it. I run with it. The NFC West. I have something that y'all know I don't like Shanahan. I think the Shanahan is gonna win this division. With them putting everything together. What they're gonna do with Garoppolo and who's gonna play quarterback it may cost them 1 or 2 games, but I don't think it's gonna cost them that much. They're gonna lean hard on their run scheme anyway. That's the basis of their offense. Is that zone scheme that they run for the running backs. That's gonna be the money maker on whether they can get that running. The quarterback is gonna be needed, but they're gonna run first and then pass later. So I think it's gonna be San Francisco, the Rams, Arizona, then Seattle. That's what
you putting your money on the 49ers?
I got my money on the Shanahan. Don't say it. Don't let nobody hear you say that.
I ain't gonna let nobody know. I ain't gonna let nobody else know. I ain't gonna let nobody else know. Say it. And who you got?
I think this is actually quite easy. Arizona Cardinals was it plus 375?
Yeah.
Yes.
They weren't just the hottest team, they were the best team in football before COVID started catching them, before injuries started happening. Now they did lose 1 or 2 players on the defensive end, but that's not gonna matter. I don't know if y'all looked at the Rams schedule, but it's treacherous. It's top 3 strength of schedule. They're not coming out of that unscathed, on top of all of the players that they've lost as well. You know, and a lot of the players that they lost were the ones that put them over the top. When we talking about the Odell Beckhams, when we talk about the Von Millers of the world, when we talk about who's my guy at safety that they got out of retirement,
Weddle.
Yeah, which helped galvanize that secondary. Man, and plus the Super Bowl hangover. You can't listen. These guys, I can't trust these guys to be disciplined to come back hungrier than ever. Give me the Cardinals, man. I think it's easy.
And like you said, they're gonna take everybody's best shot because they won a championship.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I think the 49ers are overrated. It's no way.
I agree.
There's no way that you can tell me that Trey Lance is ready to roll. There's no way. The things that they said last year about this kid in practice, but remember, we heard the same thing about Patrick Mahomes his second year, that he was terrible. And then the only thing he did was come out and light the league on fire. I don't think that's happening with Trey Lance, though. I don't believe that that's happening. So the loss of Jimmy Garoppolo, I think is going to hurt them.
Where's Jimmy G at?
Where'd he go? Did they release him?
He went nowhere.
He's locked out the building, though. They don't want him in the building, just like they don't want Baker.
Oh, he ain't locked out the building, bro. He rehabbing.
But I tell you this.
He ain't locked out the building.
San Francisco historically starts slow, and that's gonna catch up eventually.
Well, let's
hope
it don't,
always
because
get
we play
hot
them on
and
Christmas
go on a
Eve.
run and make it all the time. That's not gonna happen, man. Like, it's gonna catch up to them this time, especially if everybody just stays on the trajectory. They're gonna beat each other in the division as they normally do. Seattle's the only one that's gonna be the odd man looking in. So,
well, Cal said he's putting his money on the Rams at plus the 125. Cal, I'm with you, man. I'm going with the Rams plus 125. Let's see what we got in Vegas.
It's nice that you're getting a little plus money on the Rams at plus 125 here. I think that the 49ers are massively overrated. I thought that this team got extremely lucky last season to get to where they got, and I don't see them doing it again, especially with Trey and out at quarterback. I do not trust Trey Lance at all. I think this team takes a big step back this year. And frankly, I think the Cardinals should be ahead of them in the odds. If you want to take any kind of value play here, I'm going with the Cardinals in this spot. The Seahawks, you got Geno Smith and Drew Lock competing at quarterback. No one wins that competition. Right. They're out 20-1. You're not getting anything there. The Rams, like you said, depth might be an issue. You know that they're going to regress statistically. Cooper Kupp isn't winning the Triple Crown again. And can Matthew Stafford duplicate what he did last time? They're going to have a good team still. I don't know if they're that explosive. And frankly, the Cardinals are a big sleeper pick for me. I think that if you draft a lot of these Cardinals players on your fantasy team, if you hit your wagon to Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins is going to be out for the first 6 games for a PED suspension, but that just means that he's going to come back healthy, and you've still got a lot of offensive firepower there. If Kyler Murray takes that next step in a contract year for him, he wants a new deal, the Rams could be huge value. The Cardinals could be huge value at plus 375 here.
Placing bets, cashing checks. That's all we do out here, bro. Already rich, man. Trying to tell y'all, bro.
And I'm not so sure Debo doesn't still get dealt.
Hey, I got a question. Wow, D-Hop is out. Who is going to be Kyler Murray's number 1 target? What wide receiver?
Looking at that.
What wide receiver?
Oh, man.
Hollywood Brown. Caught 91 balls last year.
Yes.
And you still got AJ Green.
Yeah, AJ Green is 2 steps
AJ's a shell of himself. I like Andy Isabella. I like Andy Isabella.
I totally agree.
I like him because he likes to throw that ball deep. He likes heaving it deep. Andy Isabella's going to get a lot of looks. Nice, speedy guy.
Oh, man. All right. Hey, y'all ready to move on to the AFC?
Tell him again. What he said. Tell him again, Kyle. Breaking news. Toofy got a special sports channel, man.
We got one more division.
No.
Fantasy Sports Network.
Let's go last. What's up, Dub? Dub's in the building. Let's jump to the AFC. All right. The AFC East. Here we go. We got the Buffalo Bills. Last year they finished at 11-6. The New England Patriots finished at 10-7. The Miami Dolphins at 9-8, and the New York Jets at 4-13. The Jets have loaded up on the defensive side of the ball. They got some good things happening on the offensive side of the ball as well. The question really is, does Zach Wilson take that sophomore step? And then you got the Miami Dolphins, Tyreek Hill, fastest dude in the NFL, and everything is on Tua, really. And then you got the New England Patriots. We know what Bill Belichick does. He adapts to what you don't do best. And then we got Josh Allen. Does he take that step? Let's see what Vegas says. We got Buffalo at -200, New England plus 450, Miami's at plus 450, and the Jets is at plus 1,800. Say it. What you doing, man?
I'm going with this is a tough division, man. With the exception of the Jets, this is going to be a tough division this year. Buffalo has reloaded. Miami has, man, they may be a monster this year. And the Patriots going to be the Patriots. Now, can it just step up? I still had Buffalo winning this division because of Von Miller adding to their defense, their defensive line. Their defensive line is a monster now. And then I have the Miami Dolphins and the Patriots. I just haven't reversed from what you got on the screen. And then the Jets is last. That's what I have. But I'm going with Buffalo to win the division again.
-200 Buffalo. All right, Flash. I'm sorry. Ant, who you got?
Easy. I'm calling the audible here.
Okay.
Give me the Dolphins, baby. Give me the Dolphins at plus 450. That's where the money is at. Listen, so let me say this. Tua Tagovailoa has been the same quarterback since Alabama. The problem is this. He needs the weapons just like any quarterback. He never had to throw it 60 yards down the field. He knew how to get it to the right players. He was smart and he was intuitive. He knew how to play within the system. He's going to do that this year. I personally have rooted for him because I know he's a good quarterback. Of course, he had the hip injury and all those things. This is where he puts it together. This is what we got to understand. Go back to Bills, Chiefs. Bills win that game if it's anybody but Tyreek Hill that catches that ball and makes that play late, period. He's just a special player like that. Well, guess what? Now he's playing with the Miami Dolphins. Give me the 450 on the Dolphins. Let's get it, baby. Make that
450. Paulie.
Hey, look, man. Go back to that. Go back to the division again. Let me see real quick. All right. Hey, look, man. I'm gonna say this much. You know, and I respect that. You know, that's a nice little wish. You know what I mean? And 450 is 450. No, I'm saying it's a nice little wish. It is. It's a nice little wish. And 450 is a good number. I like that. But my 450 is going to the New England Patriots, man. You know what I mean? Look, Buffalo has reloaded. You know, Buffalo is solid. We know what Buffalo is. But the one team that's not scared of Buffalo is the New England Patriots. The one team that can play with Buffalo is the New England Patriots. We got the quarterback coming into year 2. You know what I mean? In the offense that's coming into year 2 with new players, with the same players, you know, talking about the hoodie, man. Come on. The hoodie's a mad scientist, and he's in that lab right now. We know that defense is going to show up. You know what I mean? You know he's breaking down everything Buffalo's going to do out there. Yo, I like Tua. Tua's a good player. Miami has some talent out there on offense. You know, they got some young talent out there on defense, but I don't see Tua just taking them strides to beat the 2 teams that's favored ahead of him right now. He's going to have a good season. I do think he'll have a breakout season, but he's not ready for Josh Allen. He's not ready for the hoodie. And the Jets are the Jets. You know, the Jets are 2-3 years away, if that. You know, they'll be a tougher team. They'll be a tougher out, but the Jets are the Jets. So, yeah, put that money on New England, man. 450. You can't never go wrong with the hoodie, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Paulie said put it on New England. And, Paulie, I like where your 450 is going. The Bills, however, and I'm surprised that Said didn't say he's going with the Bills because they drafted a Georgia kid.
Look, man. If you want, if you really the surest money is Buffalo. Exactly. But that ain't making no money.
That's not making no money.
We making money at that 450, man. You know, we down here at the bottom, 450 to the left, 450 to the right. The left gonna take it though, bro.
Hey, I'm getting some of that 450 action
like that.
too.
I like
I'm
that.
getting some of that 450 action, and
I like that.
I would like to see. I like to see Miami do something. You know,
give me some.
Eesh. Oh, it is right there. Yeah, I'm gonna ride with Miami on that one as well. Let's see what they got to say in Vegas, man.
A lot of people like the Ravens. Everybody's hyped up over the fact that, last year the Colts should be the favorites. They are the favorites. Matt Ryan is an upgrade over Carson Wentz. A lot of people like the Ravens. Everybody's hyped up over the fact that, it's really tough to bet against Buffalo in this division. Miami comes down to, do you trust Tua? Do you think that he is going to be able to take advantage of all of these weapons around him? The defense in Miami should be really good. That should scare some teams. That could be really tough. But I think the Bills are just too much of a juggernaut here. I don't really have a play here. I mean, Mac Jones in year 2, he played phenomenally under Bill Belichick in year 1. Billy B got the right quarterback for his system and what he wants to be able to run there. They're going to be good for a long time again. But I still think Buffalo is the team to beat in this division. The problem is there are no contingencies. Even if you're banking on Josh Allen getting hurt, but even then it would have to be a catastrophic injury because they could easily manage with a backup for a couple games. Like you said, they've added a ton of run talent to be a run-heavy team. The defense is still going to be good. I just don't have a play here because Buffalo is such a prohibitive favorite.
Yeah.
Hold on. I want to say this, man.
The person working the controls, myself, is to blame for that goof right there.
He said they can manage with a backup. Who is the damn backup? Because homeboy Trubisky's gone.
Yeah.
Trubisky was mini-me when it came to Josh Allen. You know what I mean? So who's the backup? Because I don't see that. Because that team squarely rides the shoulder and the right arm and the left and right foot of Josh Allen. So to me, Josh Allen's not in the game. Nah, that offense ain't gonna just be flowing.
Lost the offensive weapon in Cole Beasley.
I believe
changing coordinator.
Go ahead, Ant.
That stuff matters. I'm sorry, I get it. I get that we in a league where you're professionals and you're veterans, but I mean, are we keeping the system exactly the same on top of that? I just can't buy into that.
Yes,
like
that's that 450 talk.
Into that.
That's that plus 450. That's that plus 450 talk right there.
You know what I'm talking about? Let me straight my shirt up.
That's plus 450 talk right there, bro.
They are
just saying.
Yes, they are keeping their
Who's the backup? I see you. I see your brain over there working. Who the backup?
I'm working it right now. They are keeping the same quarterbacks coach, the same offense and everything like that. Their quarterback backup, Ken Dorsey, by the way.
No, their coach went to the Giants. The old coordinator went to the Giants.
Old coordinator went to the Giants, but Ken Dorsey is the quarterback's coach from last year. He'll be the one calling the plays. So everything is still staying the same way.
Being a quarterback, being a quarterback coach and being an actual coordinator is two damn different things, man. Really. Come on, man.
Herman was looking like a fish out of water when it got tough. Them butt cheeks paws got real tight when it got serious. I'm just saying, like.
Well, I see you having problems with the backup quarterback. Don't worry about it. You can move on.
I'm on it. It was just the website was taking a little bit to load. So Matt Barkley,
really?
And
are you telling me that? In Case Keenum, so that offense gonna keep flowing? Nah,
Case Keenum, man, come on! Don't forget, Case Keenum had the Minnesota Vikings.
Bro, stop, bro. We talking about 5 years ago.
Real average.
You talking about 5 years ago?
Real average.
He had him right on the cuff.
You talking about 5 years? You talking about 5 years ago, man?
Since Hawaii, he's been real average.
A blind squirrel will find a nut every now and then. You know what I mean? You talking about 5 years ago, man? Nah, bro.
Miami, baby, you heard it here.
Hey,
the hoodie, man. Come on, bro.
The hoodie,
baby.
Right. Let's get to the correct video here. The correct one here. The AFC North. The AFC North, man. Everybody calls this the black and blue division. I'm gonna tell you why. Literally, because Cincinnati finished up 10-7 last year. Pittsburgh Steelers were 9-7. Cleveland Browns were 8-9, followed by the Baltimore Ravens at 8-9. The Baltimore Ravens had a ton of injuries. Cleveland, a ton of injuries. Pittsburgh, they had a woeful Ben Roethlisberger. He's not there anymore. And Cincinnati rose from the ashes and went straight to the Super Bowl. This is how Vegas season right here. The Ravens plus 165, followed by Cincinnati at plus 190. The Cleveland Browns at plus 333. And then the Pittsburgh Steelers at plus 700. So finished fourth in the division. Pittsburgh still has not had a losing season under Mike Tomlin. With that being said, Ant, where you going, man?
Don't worry, because this will be their first one. So I'm keeping it simple here. Ravens, baby. The MVP is back. Doesn't matter that they lost Hollywood Brown because he wasn't a big part of their offense anyway, sad to say. They're still going to have a decent run game. They always retooling that defense. And if Lamar Jackson is healthy, he's going to run this division. Cincinnati had the most sacked quarterback last year, and I can't expect for them to get somebody like Lyle Collins from the Cowboys and think that that's going to be an upgrade for him. They're going to be good still, but the Ravens are coming back 12-plus wins to reclaim their division. I don't know what's going to happen with Deshaun in Cleveland. I don't know what the guy with the big jersey was talking about personally, but if Deshaun is healthy, and can play, that's a big upgrade over whatever they've had in the last 20 years. But since we don't know for sure, give me Baltimore, man, plus 165.
Baltimore, the plus 165. Say it, who you got?
Okay, I will say this about the AFC North. I don't know if you guys noticed, but on a lot of the sites for the number of game wins per team, they have none. They had a dash by Cleveland because of the Deshaun Watson situation. To give you an idea what their matchups with the different teams during their schedule, they actually had none. They had a dash by.
They took them off the board.
They took them off the board completely.
They took them off the board.
But like Ant down there, I'm gonna pull an audible. I'm gonna pull an audible and I'm gonna say something that some people not gonna like, and I really don't care because they got a Georgia boy on their squad. I'm going with Pittsburgh to win this division.
Plus 700. Said, now you putting yourself out there. Plus 700 for Pittsburgh. Okay, Paulie, who you got?
Come on, man.
Cash and
Placing
checks,
bets, cash and checks, man. This is too easy, bro. You trying to win some money? Psh.
Yeah.
Yo, you heard my man up there, man. My man Foghorn. Yo, plus 700 Steelers, man. When Pittsburgh? Yo, listen, man. These dudes almost won the division with Duck Hodges at quarterback.
Say that.
When they don't never have a chance, man. They always got a chance, man. I know Cincinnati, Cincinnati got your boy out there, quarterback. I know they up and coming. They got the receivers, they got an optimistic defense and all that. Okay. Baltimore, Lamar Jackson, and that perennial playoff team. They always, but Pittsburgh, bro. Plus 700.
Thank you,
Place
Kyle.
the bets, cash and checks. Let's go.
Thank you, Kyle.
All right.
Let's go.
Man.
MVP is back, baby.
Do y'all think that the Cincinnati Bengals are going to have a hangover, or did y'all think those 3 wide receivers forgot how to catch passes from Joe Burrow?
Nah, I don't think they're gonna have a hangover.
Nah.
I just think they play in a hell of a division. You know what I mean? Them 6 games every year. They could put all 6 of them games on. I take that back because I think 6 games they could put on primetime TV. I will watch all 6 of them games.
And I will say this. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I thought you.
No, go ahead.
And I will say this: Cincinnati embarrassed some of them teams last year.
Yeah, they did.
They embarrassed them. They embarrassed some of them teams last year. Watch what I tell you.
One thing about
and what Paula say, the professionals. They're not gonna forget that.
One thing about Cincinnati that you notice about Cincinnati as the season went on is they don't stop coming. Pause.
No.
They keep playing. Like they give you the same effort in the first quarter that they give you in the fourth quarter. And that's hard to play a team like that just keep coming at you in waves. And that's what they do. They come at you with Burrows. They come at you with what's the receiver,
Mixon.
man? No.
Which one? They got 3 first rounders.
No, what I'm talking about. My man from last year, the rookie from last year, bro.
Jamar
Chase.
Jamar Chase. Come at you with Chase. Yo, Chase in 2 years, Chase is gonna be the best receiver in the league. You know what I mean? Come at you.
I agree with that.
Only 2?
Come at you
Only
with Chase.
2?
No, you can count down. You can count that number down if you want to. I'm just giving, I was giving the other players the benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean? 2 years he gonna be best in the league. Then, like you said, you got Mixon. You know what I mean? Come on, I got P-Ron, the best backup running back in the league right now. You know what I mean?
Man,
so they just keep coming at you in ways, man.
Look at what Jamar did to the Chiefs the first time, and they said, we hell bent to let him do it again. He didn't quite do that, but he still toasted him. Like, that dude is special.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
And didn't he miss a year?
No. Oh, he just sat out.
Yeah. That dude is special, man.
Man, y'all.
But let me say this real quick. I'm
college,
sorry, I'll let you go. But I was just gonna say it's just gonna be very hard to expect for that guy to be getting off the turf as much as he did last year again and get the same results. It's just kind of like how San Francisco caught that run and got hot. They did the same thing. And they got good quarterback. They got a good quarterback. They're not in the same position as them, but that stuff is lightning in a bottle sometimes. And to duplicate it, you got to really get better in some key areas. So
I feel what you're saying. I'm gonna go ahead and make my pick right now. I did all that talking about Cincinnati. I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens plus the 165.
Welcome.
That's a good play, though. That's a good play, plus 165. But
plus 165.
That's 700. That's a big number. That's making money.
Yeah, that is.
I mean?
It's hard not to bet. Hey, look, it's hard to bet against Tomlin.
Yeah. That Ravens plus 165. That's a good play, though. Most definitely.
I'm gonna shout out my father-in-law, Mr. Seals, diehard Steelers fan.
There we go. Let's see what they got to say in Vegas.
A lot of people like the Ravens. Everybody's hyped up over the fact that last year they had like a historic level of injuries, and they did. They lost their entire running back core in the preseason. That's brutal, especially for a run-heavy team. I like Lamar Jackson. I think that this team is good, but who are his receivers? He's got Mark Andrews. He's got Rashad Bateman, and then nobody. The Bengals are a team that last year I was saying we're going to compete for a Super Bowl this season, and then they went out and just massively overachieved and made it all the way to the big dance a full year ahead of schedule, in my opinion. This year they come in, they managed to retool that offensive line, which we saw last season. Joe Burrow was under siege. They went in, they brought a lot of pieces in there. Remember, it was a debate in the draft. Should they have taken Penei Sewell instead of Jamar Chase? Absolutely, Jamar Chase was the answer. You can find a good offensive line in free agency the way they have. You don't find a generational wide receiver talent like that very often. I'm taking the Bengals plus 190 here. I think that the Browns are going to be terrible no matter what. I'm betting their win total under no matter who's the quarterback. I don't think Deshaun Watson is the answer for this team. They don't have wide receiver talent for him to throw to. They're going to be a run-heavy offense. I'm all aboard the Bengal train.
Hey, Buckeye Nation in the house said keep sleeping on the Bengals. Listen, I got a question. Did y'all see those icy white helmets that the Bengals got now? Oh my!
I didn't get
goodness.
to see them. I saw something about it. I didn't get to actually look at them.
Nice and clean uniform. I should have had it ready for today for the thumbs
Hey
up,
man, listen man.
Uniform.
Listen man, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, man.
If it ain't broke, don't fix
it. Come on, the Bengals have one of the sharpest helmets in the league. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, man. Come on, man.
Let me go look at this helmet.
No, I got you. I'll grab it. I'll grab it here in a second. All right. Now, let's move on to our next division. We're going with the AFC South here. The AFC South, we got Tennessee. Last year, they were 12-5. New England was 9-8. Houston was 4-13. And Jacksonville Jaguars were 3-14. All right, so Jacksonville has a new head coach in Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson, he's a professional NFL coach. Houston has a new coach in Lovie Smith, professional NFL coach. Indianapolis has switched out quarterbacks. They have Matt Ryan and got rid of our quarterback Carson Wentz. And Tennessee brings back everybody minus AJ Brown, who is in Philadelphia now, and King Henry should be healthy. Let's see how Vegas sees it. They have Indianapolis minus 115, Tennessee plus 160, the Jacksonville Jaguars plus 700, and the Houston Texans at plus 2,500. We talk about making money, right? Plus 2,500. Paulie, I'm coming to you. Who you got?
Oh, man. Now, this might be the toughest division to pick. You know what I mean? This might be wasting money with this division. Only because, like, truth be told, Indianapolis should have ran away with the division by 2 games last year. And they lost the last 2 games to miss the playoffs and not win the division. But in saying that, new quarterback. Look, I know Matt Ryan looked good last year, but we don't know if that's going to translate into this year. Like I tell you, when it comes to these quarterbacks and they get up there in age, quarterbacks and cornerbacks are the 2 positions, like, the player, when they fall off the cliff, they fall off the cliff. There's no warning to it. You know what I mean? I know I like the running game. I like their defense and all that, but I don't know. I'm iffy with that. Tennessee, the quarterback, man, I mean, he needs to be replaced, but they don't have nobody to replace him at this point. So smart money with me, man, is with Jacksonville.
They
got a young defense.
Yeah,
but he's not ready, man. He's not ready to win the division for him. Going into year 2, I like Trevor Lawrence. He's under Peterson. They put weapons around him. You know, they put people in front of him. You know, they got 2 running backs. You know what I mean? What was my man Etning's coming back this year? They got Robinson from the past. Yep. They got Robinson for the past 2 years. I know because Robinson was on my fantasy team racking up points on bad teams. You know what I mean? Yep. They got a young, fast defense that flies around. Give me Jacksonville, man. That plus 700, man. Let's make that money.
700.
Let's make that money, baby.
Good call, Paulie. Good call, Paulie. Say it. Who you got?
You know, I hate to agree with Paulie again.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
But
Make this money. Come on.
I think the most underrated team in the NFL for next year is Jacksonville. They fixed the offensive line. They brought in wide receivers. They brought in defensive players. And most of all, they got a rookie running back who ain't got no miles on it.
Good point. Good
Zero.
point. Good point. So who you got? You got
must agree
700?
with Paulie. I'm taking that plus 700. and them jumping on the Jacksonville wagon.
Is your man down there too? Is Cook down there?
No, he's in Buffalo.
No, he's in Buffalo.
James Cook?
Yeah.
Buffalo.
Ooh.
He's in Buffalo.
That's a good pickup.
Yeah. And
I agree with Paulie when he says something about Peterson. One thing he gonna do is be able to help further develop Trevor Lawrence. I like that portion, but I'm sorry, guys. Like 1 + 1 is 2. Like you said, Carson should have won that division last year, and it shouldn't have been hard.
And Carson, don't say Carson.
The reason.
Don't say Carson.
Huh?
Don't say Carson. That was a whole team. That was a whole team effort. And the Raiders game. That was a whole team effort.
True. We're talking about who's at the helm, and the key is knowing when to make the right play.
That vaunted defense that's so great got the shreds torn up the last 2 games.
Okay, Paul.
Come on now.
Let me get this out.
Go ahead. But don't take your little jabs while you're getting them out.
Oh,
don't take your jabs while you're getting them out.
No jabs.
You all taking jabs.
The jabs ain't came yet,
baby. You all taking jabs, bro.
The jabs ain't came yet, baby. Don't worry, they ain't came yet.
Hey,
they ain't came yet. Don't worry.
Just because you ain't got your, just because you ain't got your junior star on today, don't mean I don't know what you're doing, bro.
We'll get there.
Just no, I ain't got to calm down. I ain't got to calm down. Just because you ain't got your junior star on. Hey, bro, I know a jab when I feel a jab, bro. I know a jab when I feel a jab. I know a jab when I feel a jab.
I'm just saying who the quarterback was for that said team. But listen, when we look at it, Matt Ryan is a veteran's vet. You know, clearly he should have been gone from Atlanta a long time ago, but he's going to be able to make the plays when they need to be made. That's the key point. It's being predicated by Jonathan Taylor, period. He's going to run that offense. It'll be predicated around him, and they'll expect Matt Ryan to make those throws. He will win this division. Trevor Lawrence will make a big step, we hope, because he's one of the most can't miss since – what was the guy the last Colts quarterback that retired? I can't think of his name right now.
Andrew
Luck. You know, so we'll see. But I'll take the Colts, baby. This is their division to lose.
Hey, let me say 2 things there before you go on to say. I mean, before you say what you gotta say, Pitt. I hear you about that the running game of Jonathan Taylor, but can you live off of that for another season? They have nobody on the outsides. I know they got your boy Pittman, but Pittman is more like a Debo type player, right? And I also like Jacksonville. I also like Peter. I also like Doug Peters because Doug Peters is an aggressive coach. You know, he ain't scared to go for on 4th down. He ain't scared to go for a 2-point conversion. No, he's an out the box thinking type coach. So I hear you. I'm not even discrediting what you're saying. I'm just throwing them 2 things out there.
No,
you know what I mean? Clearly, like you said, Matt Ryan and the Indianapolis Colts, they're a veteran quarterback, veteran choice to make. So I hear what you're saying, but man, I think that Jacksonville team is dangerous.
I think the Colts is I agree with Sid.
The Colts are good, but I think Jacksonville is dangerous. They're ready to make that jump.
I got a question. With a healthy King Henry, nobody's taking the Titans so far. Is it
quarterback?
Who's goal?
Quarterback, man. And you know what's a shame? Mike Vrabel is the best coach in that division. He's the best coach in that division.
Yep.
I know. I just hyped
the worst.
Exactly.
I can't disagree with that.
Exactly. Quarterback is the worst. Exactly. If he had a good quarterback, we'll be talking a different game. He coached them to the number 1 seed.
Exactly. All day. He's the best coach in that division.
To a loss.
Then I got another question.
The quarterback's so bad, I can't even think of his damn name. I've been trying to think of it through you talking and Sad talking. I still couldn't think of his name. Like
Ryan Tannehill.
There you go.
The ex receiver.
Now, here's another question that I got to ask y'all about. Lovie Smith and Houston has found their quarterback in Mills, right? They found their quarterback.
It don't matter, bro.
He took his lumps last year, man. He took his lumps and he won 4
games. He played well last year. Yeah. It don't matter. It's just too much lacking around him. It's too much lacking around him.
All right. So
it's too much lacking around him.
With that being said, I'm going Jacksonville Jaguars as well. Let's find out what our guy Tom thinks about.
Shout out Lovie Smith, man. He was the +1 in the league this year.
Yeah, he was.
The Colts should be the favorites. They are the favorites. Matt Ryan is an upgrade over Carson Wentz, in my opinion. Sorry for you guys there, but I'll tell you, you're going to think I'm crazy on this one, Toothpick. The Texans at 25-1 are not an insane bet. Walk with me here. The Titans, like you said, should take a step back. You're without A.J. Brown. Yeah, you drafted a receiver to replace him, but rookie wide receivers tend to struggle in this league. Not everyone storms out of the gate like the Mike Evans, Odell Beckham class did. You've got Davis Mills, who, like you said, the Texans really do like at quarterback. They've got some weapons around him. You've got Brandon Cooks coming back. He's a great wide receiver who's been on way too many teams for how talented he is. This team, it's not out of the question. If the Colts aren't that good, if they have an injury to Jonathan Taylor, or if Matt Ryan turns out to show his age and starts to fall off that cliff, the Titans, you've got Ryan Tannehill maybe starting to take a step back here. The weapons aren't what they used to be. Derrick Henry's another year older. There's another year of tread on those tires. He was injured last season. He's coming back now, and it's almost not a matter of when, not if, with this team with him, because they run him so hard. By the end of the season, he breaks down. And then the Jaguars, do you trust them? At 7-1, honestly, maybe you do, and you say that Trevor Lawrence is going to take that step up. The defense is going to be that much improved, and you have those weapons with Christian Kirk and Travis Etienne, and Trevor Lawrence takes a big step forward. But I'm getting a ton of bang for my buck here on the Texans. I don't think it's that crazy at 25-1 that they could shock the world.
Listen, Cincinnati last year, they did it.
Yeah, someone's got to go worst to first.
It was a year early.
Bro, y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. You even say that. And first of all, bro, Peter Parker, a dude in a New York Jets fan, New York Jets jersey can never come to me and say, I feel sorry for you guys over there. Get out of here, man. Get out of here, bro.
Hey, at least he didn't pick them to win the division.
Get out of here, bro. Come on, man.
Hey.
Come on, man.
Hey, he said bang for his buck. He likes the 25-1. Bang for his buck. He likes the 25-1.
If that's the case, you go with Atlanta and go with whoever else. 25-1.
If that's the case,
don't bring us out and start dragging us again.
No, I'm just saying it's the odds. You know, them high odds. Okay, but look, come on, man. Come on, man. Who you rolling with, man? Yo, Houston played and won the games they won, and they played well in some games only because teams were sleeping on them, bro. Come on, that's it. Period.
Let's hope that we're not sleeping on them.
Period.
Right. Hey, this one right here, this is going to take us a little bit to get through right here. So let's get to it right now. We're going to the AFC West. The AFC West, you got the Kansas City Chiefs, who pretty much have been running this division. Last year they were 12-5. The Los Angeles Raiders finished up 10-7.
Oh, that's easy.
Followed by the Chargers finishing up at 9-8, and the Denver Broncos pulled up the rear with a 7-10 record. They switched out quarterbacks. They have Russell Wilson now. The Los Angeles Chargers have added pieces on the defense. They have Justin Herbert, who last time I checked, in his second year has more yards than Peyton Manning as far as throwing. The question is, will their coach hurt them? The Raiders added the best offensive weapon and wide receiver in Devontae Adams in the offseason to go along with David Carr, minus Ruggs, who we all know about. And then you got Kansas City, who lost Tyreek Hill. Vegas sees it this way. Kansas City's plus 170. The Los Angeles Chargers plus 225. The Denver Broncos plus 270. And followed by the Raiders at plus 650. Whoa, fellas. Whoa.
Let me start this off, man.
Go for it.
I started. This is the most talented quarterback division in the league, right? This is a coin flip right here. And the Las Vegas Raiders got 650 of them coins. So that's the best play. Kansas City, good team. Perennial division champ. But you got to think, the other teams has been catching up with Kansas City, and they lost players. I know, Tyreek Hill and all that. But the fact is, like, the division is getting better. Division has gotten better. Year in, year out, this division has been getting better. San Diego is still a question mark. I think they're lacking something. They seem like they have all the pieces, but they're still lacking something. I don't know what that is yet. You know what I mean? The Broncos, I respect Russell Wilson, but I think Russell Wilson, and shout out to my man Corey on the warpath. You know what I mean? I do liking Russell Wilson to a Donovan McNabb starting to reach the end of the rope. I'm not saying he's just gonna fall off the horse like that, but I don't think we getting Seattle Russell Wilson. You know what I mean? And I think that they're just hanging their hopes too high on the Russell Wilson shoulders. So I like the Raiders in that 650, man. That's a good play. That's an easy play for me.
Raiders plus 650. Raiders plus 650. And
if that defense, I agree, but I disagree, because if that defense and that run game operates the way that it can, we could get a close imitation of that prime Seattle when Russell was in his bag, because he just knows how to play his position. This division was the hardest by far to pick, and that was even after me and Pitt kind of had a conversation about it earlier in the week.
We're going to have this conversation again here at the end.
I can't show you, but I literally have it to where it's like I put Chargers and Raiders, and I was split. I said, Bump, we're going to get to the show, and I'm going to be held by my convictions. Give me the Raiders. Devontae Adams, Chandler Jones, man, that is a great pick.
Renfro.
Slot Gangster. That's his name. Slot Gangster.
Yeah, Hunter Renfro. Renfro.
I was saying, man.
Don't forget
this team is scrappy. This team is scrappy, man. They showed you that they could win in the midst of adversity. With everything that was going on with that coach, how did they end up getting to the playoffs? How did they end up getting where they got, man?
Because the Chargers coach bundled it.
No, but it's more than that. You had to put yourself in position to get to that place.
Yeah,
like
they're a solid team, man. Like I said,
and that's my point. They're a solid team. I think that's where the money got to go, baby. Vegas got this one big wrong. Like they're not gonna do nothing but get better from here. They building continuity at this point, and Devontae gonna step in day one.
Say it. Who you got?
With all them teams with equal talent like that, man, you just gotta go with the number. The number say 650.
The number say 650. Say it. Who you got, man?
I mean, we've all said it. You know, this division is one of the best quarterback divisions in the league. I went and looked up the numbers, of game prediction of wins. They got 3 of these teams winning 10 games. So you telling me it's a chance that a 10-win team won't make the playoff out of one division?
No. It's possible that they.
That's what I'm saying. But it's possible that one won't make it, and the other team is slated to win 8.5 games. So you know what I'm saying?
The Wings went 11-5 one year and didn't make it.
I like the Raiders as well. I really do, but I also like Denver. I'm in a toss. I'm in a toss with that because of Waddle and the other speedster they just drafted. I can't think of his name right now. You got two monsters that you can't double.
Hold on, wait. Are you talking about
I'm talking about Denver. I forgot what
Denver's
his name
wide
was.
Receivers?
Yeah, Waddle. Not
Waddle. Waddle's in Miami.
Not Waddle, but I'm sorry.
Jerry Judy.
Jerry
Judy.
My fault. It wasn't the Bama boys. How about that? Anyway,
I swear, man. Hey, you and your boy up there. You and your boy up there stay breaking news.
But I mean, I went back. I was like more. I went back and forth. I mean, I had the Chargers at 1, Kansas City 2. Then I switched it. I had Vegas at 1, Chargers at 2. Then I switched it again. I had Denver at 1 and Vegas at 2.
So you know what that tell you said?
That Chiefs ain't gonna win the division.
You know what that tell you said? That tells you take the team with the best odds to make the most money. And that's the Raiders at plus 650.
And then
listen, hey, and I hate to break this to Linda, and who was the other guy who said something about the Chiefs for the win. Look at that schedule. Good luck.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Look at that schedule for the Chiefs.
Teams. All 4 of them play the same teams, but we're gonna get into
that. No. But I'm saying you lose Honey Badger, you lose Tyreek Hill. Good luck. Like Paulie said, the league has been catching up with the Chiefs. they've been catching up with them guys. And if you think about the second half of that Super Bowl, that heave, that late heave to Tyreek, he don't got that no more. He better start learning how to read defenses and take what they give him every single time. And he ain't gonna be able to run like he used to. He gonna get his head knocked off. I'm telling you, the Chiefs ain't winning this division.
Hey, listen, man.
I just put the straw in my beer. I can't believe what I'm hearing.
The first 9 games and the first 3 quarters of the season last year, that defense was horrible out there in Kansas City, and they didn't do a lot to improve it.
They got good. They got hot late.
Yeah.
Hey,
hold
on.
Let me get Motors right quick. They do still have Mecole Hardman, who ran a 4.36.
And you telling me he would have been that guy if Tyreek wasn't there?
That's cool.
The only big difference is the way they used him. They used him more as a distraction to allow teams to move away from Tyreek Hill when he's in the game, because you got to respect his speed as well.
Look,
now,
I know
this year he's going to have to do something. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I know we're talking money.
Like? Go ahead, Paul.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, you know what that sound like? Before Antonio left, and what was the secondary? Juju Smith-Schuster was going crazy, and then Antonio left, and then it was like, what happened to that boy? That's what's gonna happen. Mecole, what happened to that boy? Because he's gonna be. So you telling me he gonna get the best receiver now? He ain't Tyreek, buddy. I'm sorry. I don't care if he ran a 4.3, 4.6. I don't
Listen,
care.
The thing about that is between Andy Reid and Bieniemy, they'll be able to scheme up some things. And Mahomes is that guy. So, he might not. Of course, I mean, we'll be asking a lot for him to step into and be Tyreek Hill. He just got to be McCall Hardy. You know what I mean? But we're talking about making money, placing bets and cashing checks. But if we wasn't talking about that, the better question would be, which one of these 4 teams is not going to live up to expectations? Because clearly, with these 4 teams, the pressure is on all 4 of these teams to win and to win big. All of them. There's no sleepers in this group. You know what I mean? Nobody's sneaking up on anybody.
I got a question for all. I got a question for y'all. Let me tell y'all what I'm rolling with right here. What I'm rolling with. We talking making money as always, right? And I like the Raiders, man. I really do like the Raiders for this one right here. But we talked about this, and it is literally possible for all 4 of these teams to win 10 games. I know it sounds crazy, but in an 18-week season, 17 games, they can beat up on each other in a division and win 10 games, and you can get 3 of the 4 teams into the playoffs, because you got to think the AFC South is probably only going to put in 1 team, so you can still a playoff spot there. And then you got to think that in the AFC East, only Buffalo's going to the playoffs. Maybe New England sneaks in, or Miami.
No, I'm about to say that's 2. At least you're gonna at least get 2 out of there.
But you could actually steal that 3rd playoff spot and get 3 out of your 4 teams in there. What do y'all think? Is it possible for 4 teams in this division to win 10 games?
No, not in the AFC. There's too many good teams.
I think 3 is more feasible.
Yeah.
3 is more feasible. Before it's just too tough. Like they're gonna beat up on each other. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like they got a tough schedule as is. 4 teams, that's pushing it.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty close last year. The Chargers dropped a game late. They was 9-8.
Yeah.
Denver quarterback disappeared. They was 7-10. That's only 3 games. It was pretty close last year.
If you go back to pick question, Chargers are the team that's most likely not to live up to it, even though. Like Buckeye Nation said, or whatever his name was, I think it's Buckeye Nation.
Her. Buckeye Nation's a her.
Buckeye Nation, like look at all like Chiefs are the cardiac kids, man. Like they good at coming back late in perfect situations. I'm telling you, Tyreek is gonna be a bigger hit than what they expect. They're gonna drop a game or 2.
So last year in the division, and these are the division numbers. The Chiefs were 5-1, the Raiders were 3-3, the Chargers were 3-3, and the Denver Broncos were 1-5 in the division. So they literally can beat up on each other. And the Denver Broncos were 7-10 last year. So if they get two more division wins and pick up a win outside of the division, they are literally a 10-win team.
But let me say this though, man. You can't compare 1 year into the next year. You know, a lot of people do that. You can't do that, man. Schedules are different. The players are different. The coaches are different. You know what I mean? I mean, you can't. I mean, you could get a kind of outlier of things, but you just can't say, well, last year they went 7-10, and if they would have won this game and won that game, then we talking about a whole new season, a whole new schedule, a whole new cast of characters. So, look, like I said, the real question is going to be what team is not going to live up to expectations.
Exactly.
Clearly, it's going to be at least one.
All right. Let's get to what Tom's talking about in Vegas.
It's absolutely theoretically possible that this happens. If everybody splits, you have what? How would it work out? Maybe you have you have 2-4.
Splits. Yep.
You have 2-4-2, 2-4, 2-4-2 teams, 2-2-4 teams in the division, and then everybody wins 8 games on the rest of their schedule. They can pick those up easily. Every team in this division very much has that possibility, and you can make a case for any team to be the division champion, from the Raiders down at plus 650, the Broncos plus 270, the Chargers plus 225, all the way to the Chiefs at plus 170, the expected favorites. I think the Chiefs take a step back. I think that they are going to realize, oh, hey, not having Tyreek Hill is kind of a problem, and Juju Smith-Schuster and Marquez Valdes-Scantling don't replace that top-end speed and that massive threat that teams had to account for. Travis Kelce, he is the same age as Rob Gronkowski, and Gronk just hung up the cleats for good, he says. If Kelce gets hurt, that offense is all of a sudden going to be looking around like, ooh, we are short on playmakers here. I think the Chargers represent the best value to reasonable win in plus 225, because you expect this team to take a step forward here. You expect them to have a chip on their shoulder from missing the playoffs last season right at the death. And Justin Herbert's another year older. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league right now, but Justin Herbert is real close up there. There aren't too many I'm putting above him. Then you have all of this talent that they have here. You've still got Keenan Allen. You've still got Mike Williams. You've still got Austin Eckler, who is a very, very talented running back in this league. The defense should be a little bit improved. They've added some good key pieces there. This team can easily win this division at plus 225, but the Raiders at plus 650, you're also getting tremendous value on them. You look at what Derek Carr did last season. He was the lead. He was the lead passer in the NFL through the first half of the season. Then Darren Waller got hurt. We all knew what happened with Henry Ruggs, which happened a couple streets down from me over here. But you've got Devontae Adams now. Yeah. And Carr and Adams have that chemistry. They say that they've been working really well together. You know that they have it going back to their college days. They've picked up right where they left off. You added the best wide receiver in the league. You've got one of the best tight ends in the league in Darren Waller. His backup in Foster Moreau has been proven to be great. Hunter Renfrow is still a fantastic option. You've got
gangster.
Yeah, you've got so much talent on this offense right now. And Josh McDaniels coming in as the head coach, I'm excited with what he can do. You saw what he did with Mac Jones last year. Derek Carr is better Mac Jones. They play a very similar skill set. I'm very excited to see what he can do in this offense. There's a very reasonable case that the Raiders win this division at plus 650 if they can just keep things together on the defensive side of the ball, and if this offense can live up to that reputation of scoring those points that I think they're going to get. The only team I'm low on here is the Denver Broncos. Russell Wilson is an aging quarterback coming into a new system here. They've got the pieces around him. They've still got a good defense. They've got Cortland Sutton, who I think could have a really big year. They've got a couple of those wide receivers in Jerry Jeudy as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talent, but I don't know if Russ still can cook. I don't know if his best days are truly behind him, and he's going to take a step back here, and maybe people are going to be a little disappointed in the Broncos at the end of the year. I have this division finishing Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders, Broncos, and quite frankly, I think 3 of the 4 make the playoffs. I think the Broncos are the only team on the outside looking in. But if I wanted to pick a team here, I'd probably go Chargers, and if I want to take a much more value play, I don't hate the Raiders plus 650.
See, now you got me thinking.
Look, clearly this dude is in my locker, man. I might start putting a lock on my locker because he's clearly all in my bag, bro. Hey, but he said one thing that caught my attention when he said about the Chargers at the end. They kind of choked it up at the end, you know. So then it had me thinking, like, man, you know what? They might be the team in that division with the most pressure on them. You know, and it's going to be interesting to see Justin Herbert handle that pressure. You know, is he going to be Kirk Cousins or is he going to be the cream of the crop? We'll see. We'll see. That's interesting that he said that, man.
Oh,
I put my hand behind my head for 2 reasons.
Chargers.
Don, I might be a chief hater. Guilty as charged, baby. Go ahead and book me. But I rest my case. But I also rest my case. Hey, the little man in the big jersey said everything the way it needed to be said. The biggest cause for concern is Denver. I'm just not so sure that Russ is who he is. I'm not saying that the Chiefs don't make the playoffs even. I'm just saying that they ain't winning this division.
Hey,
I said it. I said Russ was old, and I said they weren't gonna make the playoff. I mean,
no. I'm talking about the Chiefs. No, I was saying I'm not saying that the Chiefs don't make the playoffs.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was saying.
Oh, no. I'm talking about the Broncos. I don't like them.
Say it. We've gone through how many divisions so far?
We've gone through all the divisions except for one.
Except for one. All right. Listen, the last division, I'm putting Paulie and Ant at separate corners. Paulie, you got the red corner. Ant, you got the blue.
I'm red, baby. I'm blue. You right.
You got the blue corner, Paulie. You got the red corner.
Look at it.
Right.
Look, he messed that up.
Listen.
No. For different reasons. My favorite color is red.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it is, bro. I'm pretty sure it is.
Not burgundy.
I'm pretty sure it is, bro. I'm pretty sure it is.
And I see red, Paulie. Don't come over here with that crazy
I'm pretty
talk.
Sure you do. I'm pretty sure you do, bro.
Crazy talk, Paulie.
I'm pretty sure you do, man. Come on, give me the numbers.
All right, let's
put them numbers up there. Let's see what Vegas talking about, man.
Let's get it. All right, last year,
this
division
good money
went like this. This division went. The Dallas Cowboys were 12-5. The Philadelphia Eagles 9-8. The Washington Commanders, Washington football team, then were 7-10, and the New York Giants brought up the rear at 4-13. Now the Giants have said they're going to stick with Daniel Jones this year. Saquon Barkley, everybody's saying maybe this guy's lost a step. He hasn't learned how to be a running back. We'll talk about that later and during the season. The Commanders have a new quarterback in Carson Wentz after spending all of last year with Taylor Heineke behind the helm. We are missing a tight end, and he'll be back later in the season along with Chase Young. The Philadelphia Eagles found their quarterback, or have they, in Jalen Hurts. Run first offense here with a lot of outside talent in A.J. Brown and Smith. The Dallas Cowboys bring back the band minus one key piece, and that being a guy that's in Cleveland now and Amari Cooper. But they also have CeeDee Lamb, and they drafted a wide receiver this year who is pretty special too. Let's see what Vegas got to say. They got the Cowboys at plus 125. The Philadelphia Eagles follow them at plus 190. The Commanders are at plus 500. And the New York Giants bring up the rear at plus 700. Woo! This is about to be a fight. Said, you going first, man.
Wait a minute. When y'all did my division, I went first. Y'all go first and y'all.
Nah, Said, come on, because Paulie finna talk all type of reckless and greasy.
Nah,
I ain't got time for it. Come on.
I don't talk reckless and greasy, bro.
I gotta shut this man down.
I don't talk reckless and greasy, bro. I spit facts.
In y'all division.
Dylon spit hot fire.
Let me flip my paper. I had some notes written down. NFC East. I actually picked Philly to win the division. I picked Washington to come in second. I picked Dallas to come in third, and the Giants at the end. The reason I made those picks is a make or break year for the quarterback in Philly. They've been trying to pull him out of there forever. So with them giving him weapons on both sides of the field, he has no excuse now in hitting the wide receiver and running up and down. Now we're not even going to talk about the draft picks and no defensive linemen out of Georgia, but.
That explains a whole lot.
I think no. But even without them being there, I think with them giving Hurts those pieces, they can't say no more. Okay, well he not throwing the ball. He can't say he don't have bodies out there. He has either he's. So what Kirby Smith says, either you're elite or you're not. If he can't hit the wide receivers, that's on him. They're gonna be looking for another quarterback in the draft next year. So I think with the pressure being on him to show up and show out, is a do or die year for him. So I went Philly first, Washington second because of the addition of the quarterback, and I picked Dallas third because I think Dallas is going to take a step back.
So you putting your money on Philly.
I'm putting my money on Philly.
I'm going next. All right, because I'm gonna let you two have it. All right.
We ain't nothing to have, bro. We talking about making money, bro. We talking about making money. It's early, man. It's only July, bro. We got a nice little season to stretch through for me to slap this little dude around, but we good though. I didn't mean little like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, you good,
I just meant by it. I meant by his team. That's all.
All right.
I meant by his team, bro.
I'm taking. We talking.
You really stuck on yourself, ain't you?
We talking money. We talking money here. We talking money, and with that being said, I do like the Commanders. I like the Commanders at the plus 500. I think that Philly and the Giants have. I'm sorry, Philly and the Cowboys have problems. I think they have problems. I think Philly has a problem at quarterback with if you load that box up and you count on that quarterback trying to run the ball, you have to force them to throw. And I think the Cowboys don't have a running game anymore, and it's going to be on Dak Prescott. So I think with those perfect storms being said, the plus 500 for the Commanders, and I'm not talking as a homer, I'm talking with my money, not my heart, is my value pick right there. Paulie, you getting the last word, and you up next.
Hold on. Hey, Ant. Meet me in the universe. Come join the guard. Come join the guard, man. Come join the guard. There you go,
baby. So let me say this. Pick, you're out of line. Okay? You're out of line. And it's egregious and it's downright shameful for you to make that pick. Mike, let me just start with y'all. Okay? I've sat on this podcast for a while now, and I've heard you guys talk about how they play players out of position, how they don't know how to scheme, how the coaches are terrible, how the front office is in ruins, and how y'all want to get rid of your owners, how y'all don't even trust your own starting quarterback to be healthy or not. It's a crying shame and a travesty for you guys to be. You're saying you're picking with your head, but you're not. You're not picked, because if you were, you wouldn't dare go near that plus 500 underdog that your team really is. Okay. Now, if we go look at the quarterbacks, let's look here. Who's the starting quarterbacks for this division? We have Daniel Dimes Jones, who has never thrown a dime in his life since he's been in the NFL, or Tyrod Taylor. I think Tyrod Taylor becomes the starter at some point. We got Jalen Hurts, who couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Doesn't matter if you add A.J. Brown or not. He still cannot get the ball to players to make plays. They got a good defense, all that stuff, but it doesn't matter because the quarterback is sorely lacking. And then, of course, we have Carson, where's my heart? Where I'm the lion with no courage, Wentz, who's not going to get the job done. He's not going to. I also heard you guys say how he's not going to stay upright the whole season. So we're going to see Taylor Heineke. And guess what? We've seen what that is. We were 6-0 in the division last year, guys. Who's the remaining quarterback, who I don't even think is all that great, but he's got continuity with the team. He's a leader, and he gets the job done. 6-0 in the division. We got Rain Dakota Prescott at the end of the day. If nothing else, nobody has made a big enough splash where it matters. Now, if Philly would have made a splash to get a quarterback, that's different. But getting over another receiver that you can't get the ball to means absolutely nothing to me, and I'm not amused by it. Give me the Dallas Cowboys to win this division, not because they're just the greatest team in the world, but we're just the best of the least here. I rest my case. Paulie, hey, you remember the Cosby Show when they was tap dancing? Challenge.
Bruce said, "Put him on mute."
That was interesting. Huh?
Paulie couldn't hear none of it. He was chomping.
Oh, it was interesting.
Chips, pass me some of the chips, Paulie.
Oh, Kyle too.
Yeah.
They
say
mute, man.
Hey.
I was gonna call upon football God for you, but all I heard was a little spirit over there. That wasn't a God, bro. That wasn't a God. That was a little spirit. So I'm gonna keep it on this universe, man. Man, let me tell you something, bro. Put them odds back up there, Pick.
I got you.
See, we about placing bets and cashing checks.
That's what we do.
Look at this division, man. You got Cowboys. They won the division last year. Ant just told you they went 6-0 the division. We had the Eagles. You know, they came in second. They had a little playoff berth. You know, they found an identity last year. You know, they beat up on some bad teams last year. You know, which good teams do. Win the games you're supposed to win. You got the Commanders. You know, we started out a little slow. Had a backup quarterback, you know, imitating the starting quarterback. You know, we got hot midway through the season. Got hit by some injuries and COVID, kind of wrecked the season. And then you got the Giants who are just jogging in place. They've been jogging in place for the past 4 or 5 years. Like, I don't think they even had a winning record in the past, a winning record at any point during the season in the past 4 or 5 years. So that automatically tell you you're wasting your money if you put if you take that plus that 707-1 with them. So the easy play is the Commanders at 500. All right, look, we got some weapons out there on the field. J.D. McKissick, Terry McLaurin, Curtis Samuels. All right, I'm not even gonna name the rookie because you know what my policy is about rookies. Till they put hours in there, I'm not gonna count on them and I ain't gonna hype them up. You know what I mean? The offensive line does a solid job. Shout out to the offensive line coach. You know what I mean? We got some dogs on the other side of the line on the defensive line with Allen, Payne, you know, Sweat. Hopefully we get Chase back at some. He might not start the season at some point in the season. We will. You know, we're gonna have Davis in his right position as a weak side linebacker, causing some havoc. You know what I mean? I like Cole in the middle. I know a lot of y'all like Cole, but Cole is showing that if he has somebody to run with, he gets the job done. Cam Curl, love Cam Curl out there. You know, I ain't big on the other safety McCain, whatever. You know what I mean? But I like our chances against anybody in this division. You know, you go up to the Cowboys at what's that, plus 160, 65 or whatever it was. That's not really making no money. They're just saying, you know what, I don't want to lose no money, so I'll take a chance with the Cowboys. But if you look at the Cowboys, man, you know, outside of that, who scares me, man? Zeke is old, another year older. He hasn't been back to the form he was 3 years ago. I mean, Pollard makes you think a little bit, yeah. You know, Gallup is hurt. Offensive line is old. Defensive line is old. You know what I mean? The talent is at linebacker. I'll give you that. Diggs is a good player, but I think Diggs caught some people by surprise with his playmaking ability. But Diggs was getting beat a lot last year too. He was just able to make up. He was able to make up for it because he had good big play ability. And I ain't taking nothing away from him. He came into his own last year as a top defensive player in the league. You know what I mean? But that's just one guy. The guy on the other side was getting his ass lit up the whole season. You know what I mean? The whole
Anthony
season.
Brown, trash.
They did nothing to replace him. You know what I mean? You go out there to Philly, like my man said about Hurts. I don't like no team that's going to give a quarterback just tryout year. If you don't get it done this year, then I mean, come on, man. You support the guy, you don't. Period. You know what I mean? You rolling with the guy. This ain't no, he got 1 year to prove it. Nah. Are you building with this dude or you not? You got to, I like Smith, the receiver from Alabama. He had an okay rookie year last year. You know, the other AJ Brown, man, get on the field, bro. Stay healthy. That's a question mark for me. We might be talking at the end of next year like the biggest free agent bust of the season might be him out there, a receiver. So if Philly was smart, they would actually keep the same formula they kept when they got hot last year and run that ball and play everything off the run. But like most teams in the league, like most of these coordinators, you know, who got weapons and stuff out there like that, they get ahead of themselves and they want to change the philosophy of the team. And not really change the philosophy. This is what they wanted to do to start the season last year, and they tried to do that, and it fell flat on their face. That's why they had to switch to the running game. So if you're telling me you're going to go out there and have trial by error with this quarterback because now you're saying you're putting weapons around him, you're setting yourself up for failure. You know, so I think out of the 3 teams that's viable to win this division, I think we're the only team who actually knows who we are and what we want to do. So at 500 plus 500 with a smart play to win some money, baby.
Plus 500. Let's see what they say in Vegas.
We got the receiver from South Alabama. That was our second round guy.
Yeah. I think he may be pretty special. But
Paulie?
You see that, man? I kept that respectable, man. We got all season long to get to it, bro. Don't worry. Ain't no point to jump out right now, and get all hyped up. I seen you up there flexing and all that, and I seen the vein in your forehead start popping out there. It's all good, bro. We got all season long to get to that.
But I will say this. I believe that because we did take a hit in the line, and we've been continuing to take a hit on the offensive line over the couple of years, and they haven't been doing the best by them to recoup and get better, that it's going to do better for Pollard, and it's going to do better for CD, and it's going to do better for Dalton Schultz, because that means that we're going to speed it up and get the ball out quicker to let those guys make plays in space. So that's going to create a lot of better opportunities for us as an offense, to where it's not predicated on Dak sitting back in the pocket and throwing the ball, because we know that's not even what he does good anyway. He's definitely a get outside the pocket and make plays type of guy. So I'm not saying that the Cowboys are going to be world dominators even of the division this year. I'm just saying, if all else fails, look at the quarterback position and look at the continuity of the players around you and the coaching staff, and they have progressed while sitting under that shell of a coach. Yeah, Mike McCarthy. Hold on. Even though he ain't the best.
Let's get to say it real fast, and then we find out what Vegas got to say. Come right back.
I already answered my side, but I want to respond to what Paulie said about Jalen Hurts. They've been saying the same thing since he was drafted. Since he was drafted, since he started, this has been a play year, but contract-wise, this is a play-in year for him.
No, it's only his third year.
This third.
This is third year.
But he wasn't a first-round pick. He wasn't a
first-round
pick.
I know. They got him for 4 years. So, but still, this is only his third year.
So what I'm saying is, going into the end of this year, they'll determine whether or not they're going to try to pick a quarterback next year. We know he hasn't had a fair shot, because they said it every year he's played. Is he the quarterback? Is he the quarterback? Is he the quarterback? Every year he's played, they said that.
Well, last year was only the first year he had a chance to start.
Yeah.
Let's
get to Vegas. Let's get to
Vegas. No, that's the first year to start, but he played at the end of the year. Remember, he played in that playoff game against y'all.
And they was loving him at the end of the year. That's the year that's when he benched Carson Wentz. And they were like, well, man, Jalen Hurts, he's going to get the chance to play next year. I mean, look, the whole thing, my whole point is, like, you don't say that about the quarterback publicly unless he's been struggling for a couple of years. Man, it was his first year starting, and he led the team to the playoffs. Period. Exactly. I don't care if you say he run the ball or whatever. He led the team to the playoffs.
Exactly, and that's why that's the only reason I said that. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say the only problem with that philosophy is the team around him is going to be so talented that you almost got to make a decision one way or another, because they'll mess around and miss out on a really good quarterback because they're still middle of the pack because the talent around them is still so good.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, you got to make your decision. Like, you got to make your mind up: is it the quarterback or is it the talent around him?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because really, you could say that running game took off because he took off with running the ball. He was the most explosive. Man, he was more consistent than Lamar Jackson last year when it came to running that style of offense. Just go back to us with RG3 and Alfred Morris. You know, when RG3 started to struggle, who else struggled? Alfred Morris struggled. Now, do you want to say, well, Alfred Morris struggled, that's why RG3 struggled? I mean, you know, which is the chicken or the egg? You see what I'm saying?
With the quarterback.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. No, you can't just say, well, the running game picked him up. How about he picked up the running game?
Yeah.
Let's see what Vegas got to say real fast. Is the smart money going in the NFC East?
I got to tell you, I know that this is going to be a really unpopular opinion here, but I kind of like the Eagles. If I have to make a bet on one team here, I'm going with the Eagles at that plus 190 price. The Commanders, I'm a little too worried about that quarterback situation right now. Is Carson Wentz really going to be able to overcome everything that's been Carson Wentz? With the Cowboys, you know that they're going to be right up there, but this Eagles team is loaded with talent. If Jalen Hurts takes a big step this year, which I think he's capable of, they could be winning that division. And at plus 190, you're not looking for this isn't about guessing this team's going to win the division, because as we move on, the AFC East, most likely the Bills are going to win that division. It's about looking for value in the things that you think could happen and that you can get a little bit of a better price on. And for me, I'm absolutely going in there. I'm going with the Eagles at plus 190.
With the Eagles at plus 190, it's not going to sit well with a lot of Commanders fans, but.
No. What did he just say? He contradicted himself. Let me tell you what he said. He said value, right? Value of plus 190. That's not value. Value is plus 500. But he also said that the Eagles they added a lot of talent. Okay. They always play good defense. Always. Mm-hmm. Name me when the Eagles didn't play good defense. Okay, even last year. So who did they add on offense? A.J. Brown, a man that's constantly hurt. So where is that talent that they added that's going to put them over the notch, put them over the hump? You talking about they just added a receiver who's always hurt. He's good, but how many games he going to play? So is that one receiver added to that offense enough to get them over the hump to what they adding to? Everything they added, most of the talent has been to the defense, which the defense we never said, man, the defense, the Philly need to get a defense or they really be dangerous. No, we say that the quarterback needs to be able to throw the ball out, to be dangerous. But we talking about a guy who's inconsistently on the field because he's hurt all the time. So I think people are just getting caught up with the namesake or what's it, and even like with us. He just said it. Carson Wentz and all his armor, and then you hear our name and all Dan Snyder and all this all throughout the offseason. It has an effect on what you think. Like, man, it's like a lot going on over there, and then you got a lot going on with Carson Wentz. But I will say this, man. What do two negatives equal?
A positive.
Plus 500, baby. Let's go.
Plus 500. Plus 500.
Y'all like that one. Y'all like that one, right?
Good.
Y'all like that one, bro. Hey, bro, I can sell water to a whale, baby.
Plus 500.
I can sell water to a whale, baby. Let's go.
Hey, that is going to do it for our division winners right here. Man, make sure y'all go to that BetRivers site. All of the player props are up for week 1. It is a ton of them. So go check and see what Terry's over-under numbers are going to be. You could also bet on the season wins for each and every team that's on there right now. Just wanted to bring that to y'all. Get our division picks in. We will continue on Tuesday with Scott Jackson as we look at Washington's linebackers or lack of linebackers, whichever way you want to see that going, man. Oh, wait a minute. I got you. I know exactly what to do for that. All right.
Yeah. Come on, bro.
I know exactly.
Come on, bro. There you go. You might just leave him off there. He good.
I know exactly
We'll see him on Tuesday, bro. We'll see you on Tuesday, bro.
Yeah, we gotta put him on timeout right now anyway, so we can do this. Hey, you know what we do? We call it an OG classic because we get in, we get out, and Paulie, hit him with it, bro.
L to the W, baby. Let's go. Plus 500.
Like and subscribe. Go Dogs.